Aloha, my friends. Today we are doing lesson 23. We are going to be using measurement and the things that we've been learning there and applying it to the data charts that we learned previously. So get excited. To start off, I have a fun fact of the day. I want you to look at my fun fact. I love learning different languages, and we can say good morning, because maybe you're doing this in the morning, maybe you're not. We can say good morning in different languages. And so you guys probably know the Spanish version, buenos dias, but I want us to do a different one today. Hawaiian is like this, aloha kakahiaka, and in French you could say bonjour, and in German you can say guten Morgen. So now you can go and amaze your family and friends by speaking another language to tell them good morning. All right, moving on. Say it with me. I can collect and record measurement data in a table. I can answer questions and summarize the data set. We are going to use data and we're going to think about the data and make conclusions about the data that we find. So I want everybody to hold up your hand and look at your right hand. And if you don't know which one is your right hand is probably the one you write with, or your left hand is the one that makes the L. So hold up your right hand and I want you to stretch your fingers all the way out. Now, how many inches do you think it is from the tip of your pinky to the tip of your thumb? How many inches do you think? I mean, I could guesstimate. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it could be 6 inches. I can do a little guess. But guess what? Now you can go and you can actually measure it, because we've been working on measuring in math. So we have our hand span. This is what we can call our hand span. It goes from the pinky, tip of your pinky, to the tip of your thumb. You can use your ruler that you have created. So I can hold it up, make sure it's on the inches side. And when I measure mine, let's see, if you need someone to help you, that might be a good idea. Hold it to that tip of the pinky and pull it all the way over here, and I can see that my hand span, it is about 8 inches. It's closer to 8 than it is to 7, so I'm just gonna round up, and I'm gonna say that my hand span is 8 inches. I want you to stop right now, and I want you to measure your own hand span. Go. Good job measuring your own hand span. You've unpaused me by now. Okay, moving on. I am putting in, as a link below in the description, I am putting a hand span recording sheet, which basically, it makes it easier if you don't want to just draw on a piece of paper. You could take a piece of paper and write what I have here on the video, but it might be easier to go over there. I've got one link where you can download it and you can do it on a tablet. You can edit it, or you can change it, or you could even save it on your computer and type in your answers and be all fancy like that. Or you can go ahead and print it out and it would look just like this. I've got one of my own right here, but we're going to start off with our recording sheet together, because we're going to get this data of our hand span. So see how on the top I have teacher's hand span is 8 inches, and I want you to record how many inches your hand is on that blank underneath that says your hand span. Then next, are you ready for what's up next? Next, you're going to measure the hand span of the people in your house. Okay, because normally in school we would measure all the people in our group and all the people in our class, but we can't do that now. So we're going to improvise, and you're going to measure the hand span of the people in your house. So maybe that's your mom, maybe that's your dad. I cheated a little bit, and I even measured my dog. So you can even do that if you want to, but this is the data that I found. So I live with Miss Rebecca, and Miss Rebecca has 8 inches of a hand span. I, of course, had to measure Mr. Bo, my dog, and he has only 3 inches of, I guess, a paw span. And I'm staying with Miss Rebecca's mom and dad, and so that's who Miss Trish and Mr. John are. Miss Trish's hand span is actually 7 inches, and Mr. John's hand span is 9 inches. Okay, so this is the data that I collected. I'm going to use this data tomorrow when we do our work for that too. Okay, now you might be saying, Mr. Carlin, what are we doing with this data? And let me tell you what. I want you to, on the bottom of that recording sheet that you either downloaded or you printed, or maybe you're just creating your own on a blank piece of paper, that is A-okay. You're going to record that data on this chart, okay? See how this tally chart, I'm going to make my face a little smaller. See how this tally chart has all different listings of inches of what the handspan could be, and then in the next column it says tally of number of people. So on there, I'm going to take the data that I just got, that I just recorded on this sheet, and I'm going to write a tally for each time I measured that length. So for example, how long was Bo's paw? It was 3 inches. And so I'm going to draw a tally mark on 3 inches. Going up faster, Miss Trish had 7 inches of a handspan. So I put a tally, me and Miss Rebecca, and then Mr. John has 9 inches. Your family might even have bigger than that, and you can just write that in on the bottom. So with my data, I would say that what is the most common handspan? 8 inches, because I have 2 tally marks on 8 inches. The next question is, what do you think would be the most common handspan for a second grader? Now, since I don't live with the second grader, I'm going to put question marks. But are you going to put question marks? No, you're not, because you're a second grader, and so you might have a good guess of what the most common handspan for a second grader could be. Now, the last question, what do you think would be the most common handspan for an adult? Well, since all of the people that I measured were adults, and I have most of the tallies on 8 inches, I'm going to guess, and I'm going to predict that most adults have about 8 inches of a handspan. But if your parents are maybe taller and bigger than me, and the people that I stay with, you know what, they might have bigger inches, maybe 9 inches, maybe 10 inches. All right, so it is your data. Do not write my data, because Bo does not live at your house. So you need to choose your measurements for your people at your house. Okay, so that's actually it for me. You can go ahead and get all that data. Since I showed you how to put the data onto the recording sheet, you can come back to my video and make sure that you're doing it right. But this is what you're going to do on your own time. You're probably not going to do it at the same time as this video. So when you turn off this video, go ahead and go complete it and measure all the people at your house, and see what the most common handspan is your house. Maybe you have a lot of adults at your house. Maybe you have a lot of kids at your house. So you're going to have a lot of smaller hands. But it's all up to you, because it's at your house. And I wanted to remind you, do not forget that after you watch these videos, after you complete that little mini fun assignment, this Zern exit ticket is going to be due for a grade on Monday. Since this is the end of the module, we're going to get an exit ticket from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So 23, 24, and 25, and those are going to be the ones that are for a grade this week, just because we need to know that you know what you're doing and how to measure and how to use data, because it's super important for 3rd grade. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and get to work and measuring. Bye, guys. I can't find the stop. I can't find the stop. Stop recording.